Within the deepest chambers of my being, there resides an unwavering, profound longing to draw near to you, to intertwine our lives in a myriad of ways that transcend the ordinary. I perceive you not merely as a person, but as a sanctuary, a sacred space imbued with a healing touch, a soothing presence that possesses the miraculous ability to mend the most profound wounds and restore a delicate, much-needed balance to my world. There is an intrinsic belief, deeply etched into the very fabric of my soul, that you possess an uncanny, almost mystical ability to sense, with an ethereal precision, the exact moments when my spirit cries out for your restorative energy, for the comforting embrace of your presence. This conviction is far from a fleeting fancy or a baseless assumption. It is, in fact, profoundly rooted in the countless instances, etched vividly in the annals of my memory, when you have appeared as if by divine intervention, offering solace and unwavering strength precisely when I found myself most vulnerable, most adrift in the tumultuous seas of my own existence. I am currently embarked upon a deeply personal and transformative journey of self-improvement, a conscious and deliberate effort to cultivate a softer, more tender approach, particularly in my interactions with you. It is a profound process of unlearning, of meticulously shedding any vestiges of harshness, any rigidities that may have previously defined my demeanor. This is not a superficial adjustment, but a genuine, heartfelt endeavor to align my outer self with the gentle affection that truly resides within. A deep, almost visceral urgency courses through my veins, a compelling, undeniable need to bridge the chasm that separates us and connect with you in the tangible, physical world. This urgency is far more than a transient emotion that might ebb and flow with the changing tides of circumstance. It is a persistent, relentless, almost nagging feeling that steadfastly refuses to subside, a constant hum beneath the surface of my daily life. My spirit yearns, with an almost aching intensity, for those precious moments of solitude shared solely with you, for I believe, with every fiber of my being, that these are the very essence of what my soul requires most urgently at this precise juncture in time. These anticipated moments of shared silence, of quiet, unspoken companionship, are the very sustenance my heart craves, the balm that I know can soothe the restless stirrings within me. And yet, there is something I desperately wish for you to observe, to truly comprehend. Every time I attempt to draw physically closer, to bridge that subtle spatial divide between us, you seem to recoil, to become visibly nervous, almost burdened by a sense of inexplicable guilt. This reaction, I confess, puzzles me deeply, a perplexing enigma that I have yet to unravel. However, I must assure you, it does not, for a single moment, deter me. Despite the myriad hurdles that may currently stand between us, your person remains unwavering in their resolve, a steadfast beacon of dedication and determination, utterly committed to the sacred task of winning you back. They are not, by any stretch of the imagination, discouraged by the perceived distance that presently exists between your two souls. Instead, they are steadily, purposefully, and with an almost magnetic pull, moving in your direction, propelled forward by an unshakable conviction that both of you are destined for something far greater, something infinitely more profound and spiritually resonant than either of you may currently realize. This is not merely a hope, but a deep-seated knowing that guides their every step. Your person has arrived at a truly pivotal stage in their personal evolution, a place where they feel an authentic and liberating comfort with who they are, in the very essence of their being. They have, through a journey of introspection and self-discovery, embraced their identity in its entirety, acknowledging and accepting both their inherent strengths and their perceived weaknesses with a newfound grace. There is an immense sense of liberation in the decision to allow the connection between us more time and ample space to unfold organically, naturally, without coercion or forced progression. There is no frantic rush, no desperate hurry to manipulate or control the trajectory of our shared path. Instead, there is a profound belief in the intrinsic wisdom of allowing things to take their natural course, trusting in the divine timing and the inherent rhythm of life itself. Within their heart, feelings of profound protectiveness and ardent passion for you coexist, not as contradictory forces, but as complementary currents that intermingle and flow, adding immeasurable depth and complexity to their emotional landscape. They are undeniably excited, with a palpable sense of anticipation, about the new beginning that awaits in your connection, convinced, with an almost spiritual certainty, that it is not merely a distant possibility, but an absolute, undeniable inevitability. Nevertheless, despite this profound conviction, your person is undeniably growing weary of the persistent distance that has stretched between your souls. There is an urgent, aching desire to dismantle the barriers, to shatter the impenetrable walls of silence that have, perhaps inadvertently, been erected between you two. They stand ready, with an open heart and an unburdened spirit, to reveal the intricate workings of their mind, to lay bare their innermost thoughts and the deepest recesses of their feelings when it comes to you. There is a powerful, almost irreversible sensation, a dawning realization that there is no turning back, that they have, in essence, reached a point of no return on this sacred journey. This profound realization, far from instilling fear or apprehension, instead fills them with a vibrant sense of anticipation and an unyielding hope for a shared future, one that promises profound connection and mutual growth. They are poised, ready to take that monumental leap of faith, to bridge the lingering gap that separates your worlds, and they hold on to the fervent hope, with every beat of their heart, that you, too, are ready to meet them in this courageous endeavor. In the quiet, often tumultuous corners of my mind, I find myself perpetually engaged in a relentless struggle, a silent, internal battle against the very tide of my own overwhelming emotions. I am striving, with every ounce of my willpower, to convince myself, to persuade my own stubborn heart, that I have indeed moved on, that the palpable absence of your radiant presence no longer exerts its profound influence upon me. I whisper to myself, repeatedly, like a mantra in the desolate echoes of my solitude, I don't miss you at all. I endeavor, with a desperate intensity, to suppress the torrent of my true feelings, to bury them deep within the hidden recesses of my soul, to maintain an elaborate facade, a carefully constructed illusion, as if nothing of consequence has ever transpired between us. I don a brave face each morning, a mask of feigned indifference, pretending with every fiber of my being that everything is unequivocally normal, that I am entirely unaffected by your absence. But the unvarnished truth, the raw, undeniable reality, is tragically far, far from this carefully curated pretense. Deep down, beneath the shimmering surface of my faint, almost translucent indifference, a profound, consuming sense of loneliness gnaws relentlessly at the very core of my heart. It is a constant, insidious ache, a persistent reminder of the gaping void that your absence has irrevocably carved into the landscape of my existence. I try, with a forced cheerfulness, to discover joy in the mundane, to participate in the boisterous celebrations of others, to lose myself, even for a fleeting moment, in the effervescent laughter and unbridled gaiety that surrounds me. But then, as if on cue, in the very next breath, your voice, distinct and resonant, echoes hauntingly in the back of my mind, a melancholic, yet beautiful melody that instantly conjures a flood of cherished memories, a cascade of moments we once shared. And just like that, with the suddenness of a summer storm, I lose it all. The forced laughter fades into an indistinct murmur, the fleeting joy dissipates like mist before the morning sun, replaced by an overwhelming, almost suffocating longing for what once was, an insatiable craving for the profound connection that we shared. The yearning for you is not merely strong, it is an overwhelming, all-consuming force, a craving more potent, more visceral, than anything I have ever experienced throughout the entirety of my life. I find myself missing everything about you, Every minute detail, every nuanced expression, your gentle smile, the melodic cadence of your laughter, the way your eyes, those captivating windows to your soul, light up with an almost childlike wonder when you are genuinely excited about something. Life, without the vibrant tapestry of your presence, seems irrevocably dull and utterly colorless. The very things that once brought me immense joy, that once filled my days with purpose and delight, now seem utterly mundane, stripped of their inherent magic, devoid of meaning without you by my side. I feel perpetually miserable, adrift and lost in a world that, in your absence, no longer makes any discernible sense to me. Expressing the intricate tapestry of my love and the raw, untamed currents of my emotions has always been an arduous challenge for me, a formidable obstacle that I have consistently struggled to overcome. I have always found it profoundly difficult to distill my feelings into coherent words, to articulate, with any semblance of accuracy, the true depth and breadth of my innermost emotions. Consequently, I have, for the vast majority of my life, kept them meticulously bottled up inside, carefully hidden away from the prying eyes of the world, shielded from scrutiny. But I have reached a critical juncture. I am unequivocally done running from this connection, from the undeniable, almost fated bond that we so clearly share. I have, for too long, prioritized myself, placing my own needs and desires, my own comfort and perceived safety, above everything and everyone else. Yet, through this period of profound introspection, I have come to a stark, painful realization. This self-centered approach is, in fact, causing me far more pain, more anguish, than it ever offered relief. The more I desperately attempt to distance myself from you, to sever the invisible threads that bind us, the more acutely and profoundly it hurts, a constant, throbbing ache in the very core of my being. And so, with the newfound courage born from this pain, I have made a solemn decision. I am ready to reach out to you, to bravely shatter the oppressive silence that has, like a suffocating shroud, grown between us. I desperately, unequivocally need to speak to you, to finally, truly tell you how I feel, to lay bare the truth of my heart. While this deeply personal sentiment may resonate profoundly with many souls traversing the vast landscape of human connection, it is, in its most specific and poignant intention, directed towards those who find themselves navigating the initial, often tumultuous, phase of their twin flame journey. It is a journey, I have come to understand, of profound self-discovery, an arduous yet ultimately rewarding odyssey of understanding the true, immeasurable depth of one's own emotions, of unraveling the intricate mysteries of the soul. It is a path that is, by its very nature, both exquisitely painful and breathtakingly beautiful, replete with moments of unadulterated joy that shimmer like fleeting stars, and periods of profound sorrow that cast long, somber shadows. But most importantly, and perhaps most transcendently, it is a journey that, when embraced with courage and openness, inexorably leads to the most profound and liberating forms of self-love and radical acceptance. And I, with a spirit now fortified by this understanding, am ready to embark upon this sacred journey, ready to face whatever trials and tribulations may come my way, for I know, with an absolute, unwavering certainty deep within my heart, that it is undeniably worth every single step, every single struggle. You, my dearest, are unequivocally worth it. I have never, not once, confessed this to you, but the very moment our paths converged, the instant my eyes met yours, it felt as if I had, against all odds, hit the jackpot of existence. It was an improbable stroke of cosmic luck, a serendipitous alignment of stars that seemed almost too good, too perfect, to be truly real. You entered the quiet, unassuming landscape of my life unexpectedly, a sudden, radiant burst of light, and I was left in a state of utter disbelief, my mind struggling to reconcile your presence with the mundane reality I had grown accustomed to. Your presence, from that very first encounter, was like a refreshing breath of crisp, pure air, a vibrant ray of sunshine that pierced through the clouds, instantly brightening my otherwise predictable and often colorless existence. You possessed an inherent goodness, a purity of spirit so profound, so untainted, that I found it genuinely difficult to believe that someone of your extraordinary caliber could truly exist in this often jaded world. I couldn't help but wonder, with a persistent, nagging curiosity, if all the kind gestures, the thoughtful considerations, and the unwavering attention you so generously showered upon me were merely a means to an end, a calculated strategy to capture my attention, or if, like so many others before you, you also harbored a hidden agenda, a desire for something in return. These unspoken questions, like restless spirits, haunted the quiet corridors of my mind, yet I could never quite muster the courage, the sheer audacity, to voice them aloud, to risk shattering the delicate, nascent beauty of our connection. The truth, the undeniable, soul-stirring truth, is that you are the living embodiment of the person I had always, in the deepest recesses of my dreams and the most fervent yearnings of my heart, envisioned and longed for. From the very first day our paths intersected, the moment our souls recognized each other, I knew, with an intuitive certainty that transcended logic, that there was something profoundly special, something truly extraordinary, about you. You carried with you an ethereal aura, an almost luminous quality that effortlessly made you stand out from the anonymous crowd, drawing me in with an irresistible force. Your beauty, both external and the radiant inner light that shone through, was so captivating, so utterly mesmerizing, that it often rendered me speechless, leaving me feeling delightfully, almost nervously, disarmed. The attraction I felt for you, from that very first spark, was not merely strong, it was an undeniable, raw, and utterly magnetic force, pulling me towards you with an intensity that defied explanation. It was as if we were two perfectly aligned poles of a powerful magnet, irrevocably and irresistibly drawn towards each other, destined to converge. However, I carry with me a deep, persistent regret, a heavy burden on my soul. I wish, with every fiber of my being, that I had not allowed myself to become so inextricably entangled in a karmic situation, a complex web of circumstance that ultimately proved to be a profound detour from my true path. I made the grievous mistake, one that continues to haunt my waking thoughts, of choosing convenience over the profound, transformative power of genuine love. It was a decision, I now realize with excruciating clarity, that I regret with an intensity that words can scarcely convey. You, my dear, are so much stronger than I, both in the resilient fortitude of your emotions and the unwavering clarity of your mental resolve. Your inherent strength is not merely something I admire from afar, it is a quality that I deeply, profoundly respect, a beacon that inspires me to strive for greater resilience within myself. I recognize now, with a clarity born of separation, that this time apart from you was not merely difficult, but absolutely necessary. It was an essential period for me to distance myself, both physically and emotionally, from all the things, all the patterns and influences that were no longer serving my highest good, that were, in fact, holding me back from my true potential. This period of separation, though often painful and filled with longing, became a sacred crucible for profound self-reflection and deep introspection. It was a crucial time for me to truly understand my own intrinsic needs and desires, to meticulously decipher what genuinely matters to me, to sift through the superficial and uncover the profound. I acknowledge, with a heavy heart, that I have failed you in countless ways in the past, that I have, on numerous occasions, let you down, causing you pain and disappointment. But I have reached a turning point. I no longer wish to dwell on the past, to be shackled by its chains. I refuse to wallow in the corrosive depths of regrets and debilitating guilt. My fervent desire, my absolute commitment, is to move forward, to forge a new path, to make sincere and lasting amends for my past mistakes. I yearn, with an almost desperate intensity, to prove to you, through my actions and my unwavering dedication, that I am capable of being a better person, a more evolved version of myself. I want to show you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that I am truly capable of profound and lasting change. I wish, from the deepest wellspring of my being, to express my most heartfelt and deepest apologies for all the times I have failed you, for every instance of pain and disappointment I have inadvertently, or perhaps even carelessly, caused you. I am truly, unequivocally sorry for the anguish I may have inflicted. But let there be no doubt, I am utterly determined to make things right between us, to heal the wounds, to rebuild the trust. I am committed, with every fiber of my being, to making our relationship not just work, but flourish, to become a testament to enduring love and unwavering dedication.